I made a bunch of games the last well, at least I started them. Okay, yeah, I cancelled all of them. But why is that? Let me use my last game series as an example. I documented the development of the game with devlogs on YouTube to ensure I stayed motivated. And that worked pretty well, at least at the beginning when everything was still fresh and exciting. The problem, however, was that I wanted too much. New systems, new ideas, the scope was way too big. I mean, come on, who needs arrow shooting in that game? On top of that, there was no clear concept. I loved drawing inspiration from games I enjoy playing myself, usually in the genres like survival, RPG, building games, and I often take elements and mechanics from those games and try to implement them into my own projects. But somehow, every game I make ends up being a cross between Minecraft and Zelda, and that needs to change. I already have an idea, a much smaller scope. My goal now is to start over with a game that has an incredibly minimal scope. The game should feel complete and coherent even with this small scope so that the concept is clear. Once the concept works on a small scale, I can gradually add new mechanics. So I've created yet another Unity project and thrown a few things to start prototyping. I found the idea of having some kind of planet where things could happen quite intriguing. So I grabbed a sphere and wrote a small script to make sure blocks could be placed correctly on the surface of this little planet. But since I absolutely can't model, I just used the cube as a planet and decided to stick with the voxel style. And boom, Minecraft. Okay, it's not quite there yet. As you can see, the cube planet has 6 sides. Each side, if we use Minecraft terms, is a biome. I started with the default side, the grassland. So I created a few grass blocks, trees and rocks using Magica Voxel and then generated them on the grassland surface using Perlin noise. So far it doesn't look too bad. Sure, it's still very empty, but for a starting point and as we just learned for a small scope, it's perfect. Next I made an astronaut with Magica Voxel, dropped him onto my planet and after he immediately won the ugliest character competition, I replaced him with a new astronaut that I liked much better. I also created a level selection dialog and then wrote my own A-star pathfinding algorithm so that my little astronaut can now wander around the planet's surface. And that's where things stand for now. And with this basic I can teach you the game concept. The astronaut needs to build a small base on the planet and the goal of the game is to find and collect all the materials needed to upgrade the base. Meanwhile, the simulation of the other sides of the world continues in the background. Once all materials are collected, the game ends. It's a super small scope, which I think can be expanded later if it feels too boring, maybe with some enemies or something like that, but we'll cross the bridge when we get there. So, thanks for watching, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and we see us in the next video. Bye!